thing that I wanted to ask you, though, about Jaylen, as we've watched this season move along, I would say that he's been good. He hasn't been great. He hasn't been what he was last year. I think part of that is some inconsistency in his game. Part of it is adjusting, obviously, to a role because, it wasn't Tatum who was asked to change his game in any way with Porzingis and Holiday coming in. In some subtle ways, Brown was. You are the second guy, but some nights you're going to be the third. You might even be the fourth, depending on who's running hot. Tatum is always going to be number one. There's never a night where Tatum is not going to be your top option if you absolutely need a bucket. Jaylen's not that guy. So, and I know he's paid like that guy, but that's a whole other conversation that we don't need to waste our breath with. I hope people are educated enough on the topic to get how the salary cap works and these raises, percentage of cap, all of that stuff. But when you look at his stats, now the shooting is down, okay? He's down to the free throw line right now through 15 games, 72%, which is worst in 6 years. 4.1 attempts per game, worst in 6 years. He's shooting 44%, 44.5% from the field overall. That is a career low right now. He is shooting about 35% from three, which is better than last year, and doing so on 7 attempts per game, which he has done each of the last handful of years. Averaging 21. Now, previous seasons last year 27, I'm rounding up. The year before that, 24. Year before that, 25. 21, is this more a reflection of, again, him sort of still navigating his fit, or is it Jaylen has taken a step back this year as evidenced by some of those shooting numbers?
It could be a little bit of both, I think. I think it could definitely be a little bit of both. I think it's more about him adjusting and everybody adjusting to how these shots are going to, come about in the natural flow of the offense. And I think, Simmons talked about this in his podcast on Tuesday with Kevin O'Connor. Seems like everybody's new favorite thing is to talk about how Jaylen Brown needs to figure out how to fit in with his team, because Kristaps Porzingis has been one of the most efficient scorers in basketball this year in terms of a point per possession basis or a true shooting percentage basis. Has been just absolutely ridiculous. Whether it's, posting guys up that are smaller, wide open threes, like Porzingis has been unbelievable. And a lot of people now, chiming in at this point of the season are looking for a little more shot distribution to go more towards Porzingis's way, which I don't think is a bad thing. I sort of said that in the offseason that Kristaps Porzingis should probably end up being the national number 2 in this offense, and Jaylen, figures out how he fits into that. The beauty of it is like the other 2 guys in the starting 5, Derek White, Drew Holiday, don't worry about either of them. They're going to be fine. This balance that they figure out with their top 3 guys is going to take some time, and that's why winning games early, like being 13-4, winning games early where they don't shoot the ball well, is a huge thing for this team, because it proves to them they did. Not everything has to go right for you guys to win. That's really important.
FanDuel is the exclusive wagering partner of the CLNS Media Network. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets with any winning $5 moneyline bet. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL.
But Jaylen, it's going to take some time for him to figure out, again, and it seems like to me, and everybody's been talking about this, is the connection between Jaylen and Kristaps Porzingis is already very strong. So maybe, feeding more into that, and Jaylen feeling the confidence that comes with playing with a guy like that and trusting a guy like that and giving him the ball. Because Porzingis has just been an absolute monster, but it's going to take some time. It's only November. It's more to me about Jaylen finding his rhythm in the offense. One of the things that's been really great has been his off-ball movement. I mean, he had a couple of cuts in that game Sunday night against the Hawks, backdoor on the baseline. And it's like, yeah, this should be something that you seek out constantly because of how quick he is, in short bursts, right? If somebody's not is facing the play and it's the other side of the floor, and Jaylen just times it right. He has a wide open dunk almost every single time, especially if Porzingis is bringing his guy all the way out to the 3-point line. Well, there's no big guy in the paint to protect the rim on a lob like that. Or if Jaylen streaks towards the basket, a nice entry pass inside, he can maybe, with some acrobatic move, get either like a nice contested fadeaway, which he's really good at, or go, strong for the end. Well, like his body's gotten a lot more filled out, so he's been able to absorb a lot more contact. But again, Porzingis being in the game with him makes that so much easier. And I think Jaylen has talked about this in some post games recently about how he's embracing trying to be more of a playmaker, and it's been to mixed results, to be honest about that. But at the same time, it's not something like it's when he does it, it's like, oh, maybe this is when the light goes off. Like maybe he's starting to really figure this out. He's had several passes recently, one to Hauser on Sunday night where I was like, I can't believe Jaylen just made that pass. Never mind even looked for it. Like it was just one of these.
When they locked eyes and said, F it.
Well, that was another one where it was like, and it's like, Jaylen, please just feed into that persona, that mindset a little bit more. Like just say F it. Like let's just see if it works. Because, I think what people are realizing, at least I think defenses are, is like you cannot leave Sam Hauser open. He's insanely efficient right now. He's a walking flamethrower. Like there are times where he barely touches the ball and it still goes in. Like he's just, so again, understanding the gravity of the court, how your teammates can help you and make your life easier, how you can make their life easier. And once Jaylen starts buying into that, this is going to be curtains for the rest of the league. Seth's been saying it for a long time. Once this team figures out how to properly share the basketball, nobody is going to beat them. That's the biggest thing that's holding them back. And even at that point, they're still 13-4, and they've played some tough teams. It's not like they haven't played hard teams. So we have a good sample size against good competition. This team is pretty good. And Jaylen figuring out how to fit in a little better. Kristaps figuring out how to fit in a little bit better. Again, this team's just going to soar.
I've been looking for the best deal on Celtics tickets. And with over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. There are more than 70,000 events every single day on SeatGeek, including concerts, sports festivals, and more. You can use my code DREAMERSPRO for $20 off tickets at SeatGeek. That's $20 off your first purchase with promo code DREAMERSPRO. Make sure you check the link in the description to download the app.